Kevin, let me ask you something. With the CWS coming up and it's gonna be a circus. Do you find yourself are you a storylines guy or do you want are you kind of the best team in the field guy? Like how do you look at college baseball?
Well, if you just wanted the best teams in the field, it's going to get stale over the course of time. Yeah, the baseball is going to be played at an elite level, but we need a Murray State, right? There is so much good in the fact that a team from the Missouri Valley, and I'm sure everybody's seen the pictures of their home field where they seat 800 people. The fact that that team's playing in Omaha is absolutely ridiculous, and it's for the impartial baseball fan that's going to go to Charles Schwab Field. They're going to want a team to pull for. And Murray State is an easy team to root for.
But
So as much as you may want the elite baseball played at the CWS, having a team like Murray State is just tremendous to have in the field. And I want to make it very clear, they are capable of playing elite baseball because look at the offensive numbers from that team. That they can rake. And they just don't rake in their conference. They can play with anybody.
and I get the whole bandbox thing, but they showed in the regionals and the supers that they can swing it regardless of park. I wonder how many interviews Dom Decker will have to do. He's going to quadruple. He's going to. I don't know. Like I kind of feel bad for guys like that have done it a certain way all year that now get on this stage and people are going to want to know the backstories to the stories to the stories. But would you put like, is Murray State greater than Stony Brook and Kent State? And those are the two off the top that come to my head in the last 20 years. Maybe Fresno State and
Fresno's a good one.
Fresno's I mean, and that was Georgia. Like,
But
what kind of
Fresno is more notable than Murray State. I'm glad you brought up Stony Brook. I think that's the most comparable thing I can think of at the College World Series in years past that we're seeing right now. I remember Matt Schick just used a tremendous line when he was working at KETV about Stony Brook. He said something to the effect of, you would think that is a neighborhood in suburban Omaha, and turns out it's a baseball program.
No, it literally is a neighborhood in suburban Omaha. It's just south of Millard South. Like it is. There is Stony Brook is a neighborhood.
That's absolutely incredible. So, I mean, that was very improbable what Stony Brook did, and I think what Murray State has done right now is pretty remarkable. But as much as we want to shine on, the Cinderella, let's not look past the fact that in the opening round, we get Arkansas versus LSU.
Yeah.
And I think this is going to be, the game to watch. It's Saturday night. So that's not just a night event. That's going to be an all-day fiasco with those two fan bases coming into Omaha. And if you look at the field in general, man, Dave Van Horn's got a golden opportunity to get his first national championship. And I think that this might be Arkansas's year to win.
It's incredible on Saturday that we're going to already see who has the depth to come through the losers bracket between those two teams. I mean, it's going to happen immediately. One of them's going to have to do it.
Yeah, so if you're on the other side of the bracket, the Saturday bracket, you really don't want to lose that first game because if you do, you're going to have to face either LSU or Arkansas. And, let's be honest, of the entire field, those are probably the two best teams that are going to be here.
I got to just figure out how to get one of those Murray State hats that they were wearing on Monday. Those with like the horseshoe with the horse in the middle.
They'll be for sale.
Love them.
I need one of those.
I bet you their hat merch will be the number one seller.
I know. I got to get down there early because I'm feel like it might sell
because out. It's unique. It's different. A lot of people have Arkansas and LSU gear. Their gear, I bet, is going to be a hot commodity.
It's cool looking too.
Okay, so with the setup, how are you gonna stretch it out with the coverage? How the tournament's going to break down with the non-days off?
Well, you just got to keep on going, and that's what's going to be really exciting about this. There might be a little bit less opportunity to tell some of those peripheral stories because we're going to be covering games day after day after day.
Yeah.
It's going to be just a week and a half blitz. And I've always said that CWS Media Day, which is tomorrow, is one of my favorite days on the sports calendar. And partly because you just get to talk to the coaches. And some of the interviews that are done at the College World Series are very playful. They're very fun-loving. Because think about this. The players, they dream of making it to Omaha, and they're on that field for the first time. So that's a pretty big deal for those guys, and they're all in a good mood. And I remember talking to Dansby Swanson when he was at Vanderbilt, and Kumar Rocker, and that the Florida head coach, who's under a little bit of he's getting a little bit of pushback.
Unapologetic too. Wow.
I know, but I go off of our interactions on CWS media days, and sometimes you paint your you make your perception of a guy or a team based on how they interact that day. And even Dave Van Horn, when Rob Childress was at Texas A&M, I remember we talked for about 10 minutes about pheasant hunting in rural Nebraska, and he's getting ready for the College World Series, but he wanted to talk about hunting, and it was just tremendous. So I really look forward to media day tomorrow and then the tournament as a whole.
I can't wait for somebody to ask Coach Schnall a question from Coastal about something that Cinderella-ish and watch him lose his mind, because he's not having it. So
I don't know if you know this. They're not a Cinderella.
I hope people treat that program like they should be here, because the first question he gets is though they should, and I'll be curious to get his response.
I mean, they're a national seed. Come on. There's no Cinderella when you got a number by your name.
Right. A good point.
I'd probably ask hey, so the team you think is the best here, Arkansas, right? When was their last national title in baseball? When was ours? Okay, that's all. That's what I would say. There
are some do you tread any different than you normally would, given the kind of the brevity and intensity of college baseball coaches? I think it's kind of different than almost any other sport.
Yeah, you got to watch out, right? You never know. That world turns so quick. College baseball is a different beast, so bridges cannot be burned. And those guys, they remember. They know what's up. So, absolutely.
That's our guy, Kevin Sjuts, 1011 News in Lincoln. Kevin, appreciate the time. Enjoy the upcoming week. I'm sure you'll stay busy.
Thanks, Kev. Here's to hoping you don't get a ton of phone calls.
If you need anybody to field some weather for calls, you just let me know. I got you.
You guys are good. I'm going to start forwarding everything to you guys. Yeah. You got my back.
We'll talk to you later.
See you, boys.